Welcome to Face the Analyst. I am your host, Jay Taylor, and I'm really pleased to have with me today Bill Fisher. He's the chairman of GoldQuestMining Corporation, and Anna Stylianides. She is the interim president and a director of the company as well. GoldQuestMining trades on the Toronto Exchange under the symbol GQC. It's got approximately 98 million shares outstanding, selling at about 38 cents, giving it a market cap of around $36 million. Welcome, both of you. Anna,
thanks for having
Bill,
us.
Thank you for having us.
To Face the Analyst. You are primarily, Anna, involved in the Dominican Republic. You also have a project in Spain. Could you tell our viewers why the Dominican Republic?
Well, the Dominican Republic, the company was historically really building up its asset base in the DR. It's a very user-friendly area, excellent natural resources, and also a government that is very much pro-mining. And certainly GoldQuest is a significant player and investor in the country. They're very good with their license renewals. They really are wanting the growth, and also in terms of really the mining industry strength, it's a very big contributor to the GDP of the country.
Bill, as a geologist, you have had some experience, a lot of success actually in the Dominican Republic. Yet the Dominican Republic isn't that well known for mining. There's a very large gold project I know that's being constructed now. Would you consider the country to be somewhat underexplored?
I would say so. The big projects there is the $3.4 billion gold project, which Barrick and Gold Corp are doing, plus also the Facundo nickel mine, which has been going for 30 years. So there's two very large mines, two of the biggest mines in the Americas. There isn't a medium-sized sector. I was fortunate enough to build a copper mine in the Dominican Republic with a company called Globestar, which was recently sold for $185 million from a start of $3 million. And that was really the first new mine for 30 years in the country. We see that the resource we have at the project Escandalosa is the first new resource for 20 years in the country. And this is because it's been very underexplored, particularly in the central Cordillera area, which GoldQuest has got a dominant position.
Anna, you have two projects, I believe, that are sort of your flagship projects in Dominican Republic. You also have one in Spain. Could you talk a little bit about the two in the Dominican Republic first? Just tell us a little bit about those.
Just further to Bill's comment, the La Escandalosa project is the one we have just released, the inferred resource for 400,000 ounces. We are very excited about that. We continue to drill on that property as we speak. Bill will give you the kind of technical details and the size around that, but we're infill drilling and expanding the resource. And then we have the Las Animas property, which is a copper resource, and we had done an initial resource, and again we're looking to continue and expand drilling in that area.
Well, Bill, let's talk a little bit about the Escandalosa property. It's a new discovery, you say. Can you tell us something about it? You have 400,000 ounces. Is that pretty much a surface deposit so far?
Yes, very close to surface. It was discovered through classic exploration by GoldQuest and its then partner Goldfields, big South African company, is now a shareholder of the company, and we hold this 100%. It's close to surface, flat-lying. It's in the mountainous area of the country, but you can drive straight onto the property. It looks like it's fairly close to surface, probably 2-to-1 stripping ratio, so you have 2 waste tons per ton. Very rare, it's usually about 10-to-1 project of this nature. Geologically, it looks like it's flat-lying, and it's sedimentary hosted, so we don't anticipate big problems in terms of extracting the ore. Currently, the program, we're doing a 42-hole program, 7,000 meters. The advantage of being a shallow deposit, we get a lot of bang for our buck, so we get a lot of drilling for the money, and that should, one thing, confirm what we have and also expand it. The project is open both to the north and to the south, and we've had drilling about 1.2 kilometers north of there, some successful drilling. And some of the best drilling of 2010, the best hole we had was 26 meters of 11.5 grams of gold, which is a spectacular hit, and that's from 30 meters below surface. So we're looking for the next round of drilling to confirm what we have, and then move towards the scoping idea about how we think we could possibly extract this.
Well, if you have 400,000 ounces now, can you give our viewers some sense of what portion of your target that encompasses? So
that was about 400 meters long of the target. The areas where we have some also economic drilling is at 1.2 kilometers north of there. And we've also mapped the same geology another 1.6 kilometers to the south. I don't think it's carrying all the way necessarily, but there's certainly space there for 3 or 4 times that immediately. And then to the north of that, it's still open beyond where that previous drilling was.
okay, so the depth then is from, you said 30 meters?
Yeah, well, the outcrops, it sticks out of the ground
okay.
along in places, and then it goes down. I'd say the average is probably 20 or 30 meters down. Yeah, it's outcrops along the hillside, and then as you go into the hill, it gets deeper. But in the north, it outcrops again. In the south, it outcrops again. So we're following what we have right now. Going into the hills, it's hard to say yet. But so we've had a good start with about 30 holes defining it. So it's early days. But a brand new resource of this nature and this quality is something that we're very proud of.
So the vertical extent is pretty well known then at this stage, or is it still open?
Yes, it's pretty horizontally lying. So it's within a geological unit that's flat lying. So therefore, when you go through, you find the unit, you see the sulfides. You can see it in the core, and you come out of it. So you know what you got. It's like a layer in a layer cake.
And you can get to the project very easily. You said access is there. What about other infrastructure issues?
The nearest power line is about 15 or 20 kilometers away. The road it's a rough road, but like anything, you get right in there. We'll improve that if we go to the next stage. But certainly you can drive the drill rigs into the property.
Okay, talk about the second prospect then in the Dominican Republic. That's Los Animas.
Los Animas, this is a massive sulfide deposit, which is mainly copper is the thing. It has copper, zinc, gold and silver as other metals in it. It's got some very good drilling results. It'll be an underground project. It's in a very beautiful part of the country. And as soon as we finish the Escandalosa program, we'll be moving the rig right to that project. That's an area in better infrastructure. You're 400 meters from a tar road. So that's easy to get to, and so we'll watch this space. There is a resource on that one. We have a million tons of 2.5% copper, 2.5 grams gold, and some other silver and zinc credits. And we're going to be drilling it. We're going to be stepping back and drilling deeper. It's open at depth, and it looks like it's not the only deposit of its type in the district. So we'll be expanding that and also defining it at depth and infilling again. So we're taking a very systematic approach to our exploration.
And would seem to have fairly large scale potential then, I gather?
Yes, it does. I mean, the best drill holes were the deepest drill holes. But you want to make sure you define very clearly the close to surface area, because that's the stuff that you'll mine first.
Anna, let me ask you about the Terrell then. I think it's pronounced in Spain. How did you come upon that property?
The property was actually acquired from Lundin Mining about a year ago, and it's a zinc project, and it has a historical resource, so we will be updating that to a current 43101 very shortly. So again, that will be announced fairly quickly here, and then we would be looking at surrounding assets to start building the value and the size of the Terrell property.
So you have 3 flagship properties. You have other properties also. I don't think we have time to get into all those, but focusing on the 3 flagship properties, what is your exploration budget at the present time going forward? And secondly, how are you funded to finance that exploration? Anna, perhaps you could address that.
Jay, we're really well funded. We have $2 million in the bank at the moment, and we've also forced the exercise of our warrants. So that's underway right now. We anticipate that it will be fully exercised, and that will bring into the company another $2 million. So with $4 million, that will fulfill all of our short-term needs. That fully covers all of our anticipated budget for the drilling, for Escandalosa and Las Animas. And depending on kind of the results of that and the next strategic targets, we will then probably be looking to raise the next round of capital, but not in the short term. We're fully covered, and also we have a very low corporate overhead, and so all of the cash really does go into the ground for drilling.
So we could be looking for an expanded deposit at the Escandola.
Escandalosa.
My Spanish is non-existent. And we could be looking for a 43-101 on the Terrell very shortly, and more good drill results perhaps from all three properties, I guess, on a fairly regular basis.
I think so, yeah. What we're looking at is we're going to keep the drill rig turning in the Dominican Republic certainly for the next 6 months. We'll be doing the main project, then the second one right afterwards. But also, I mean, the key to this is we have the core of the projects, but they're very large and we like to think very prospective land positions attached to each of these projects. So it's not just what we have. We've taken the core project and extended the geology along. So we will be continuing to do geochemistry, geophysics, looking for more of the same.
You know, there are something like, I don't know, 1,500 other junior exploration companies out there. Why should investors focus on yours more than the rest?
Well, I think very few companies have actually made new discoveries. The Escandalosa discovery is one of the few discoveries made in 2010 or even 2009. In the current market, because the price is very high, people are recycling old projects, and there's nothing wrong with that. But actually making a new discovery means that we bring a fresh approach. We believe Escandalosa will go all the way. We'd like to demonstrate to the market that's the case. We think Los Animas has opportunity for to go all the way as a mine of a moderate size, but in a very friendly environment. I've permitted a mine in the Dominican Republic. We know exactly what to do to get ourselves to the finishing line.
Well, you've addressed a question I didn't have time to get to, essentially, is permitting risk, political risk. I think we touched on that, Anna. Is there anything else, Anna or Bill, that you might like to tell our viewers before we conclude our discussion?
Well, Jay, I would maybe add to what Bill was saying. First of all, you know, we're thrilled that Bill has accepted the chairmanship. You know, he's a very seasoned mining person with a very, very long track record. We have Steve Orr on our board, who currently heads up Ventana. You know, the board is very, very strong. We understand mining and the risk management side of mining, and we're really excited about the prospects of the company going forward.
Very good. It certainly is, with a $36 million market cap and all this exploration potential in a bull market, and I like to say probably the bull market of a lifetime for gold mining, and you have other metals as well. It certainly does look very interesting, and I hope our viewers will take a look at your company. I might just ask you what your website is so they could maybe keep track of what you're doing, Anna. What is the website for the company?
It's www.goldquestcorp.com.
Very good. Well, thank you very much, both of you, for taking the time to talk to our viewers.
Thank you very much.
And all the best to you, 2011 and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Jay.
much.